Before we go into more details on microservices, if you really want to understand what are microservices and why the microservices architecture came into the picture, the very first thing we need to know what is monolith and monolithic architecture. Because without knowing what a monolith is, you won't fully grasp why microservices exist in the first place. A monolith is something that exists as a single unit or complete one unit. In software development, a monolithic application is an application that is built as a single unit, irrespective of whether it has small or large code bases, where all our components like user interface, business logic, and database operations are tightly coupled and run as a single unit. Monolithic architecture, this is what we were using to create our applications, including small or large projects, before the microservices has came into the picture. Monolithic architecture will consist of various modules and incorporate numerous functionalities. Like it is a traditional software development approach where an entire application is developed, deployed, and scaled as a single unit. So monolithic architecture includes features like single code base. All functionalities and modules like authentication, payment, and other modules are existed in one large code base. Tightly coupled components like each module is interconnected, making it difficult to modify one part without affecting the other. It has single code database. Like usually monolithic applications rely on a single database for all our operations. And single deployment, like entire application is deployed at once, even for small changes. So these are some pros of a monolithic architecture, like it's a simple for development and debugging, easy to develop, test and debug in small projects, better performance, no inter-service communication overhead compared to the microservices, and easier deployment. Since everything is in one place, deployment is straightforward. Although it has few small advantages, it comes with numerous drawbacks. So first cons is a scalability issue, like due to its tightly coupled nature, it leads to challenges such as scalability issues, hard to scale individual components and require scaling the entire application. High infrastructure cost, scaling the whole system instead of individual services can be costly. There is a development complexity as well. Slow development for large apps. As the code base grows, development becomes more and more complex. Slow deployment and updates. Since the entire application is deployed as a single unit, even a small change requires rebuilding and redeploying the whole system. Maintenance issues, like even minor change can affect the entire system, raising the risk level. There is a technology lock-in. Adopting new technologies for a specific feature is challenging without completely rewriting the application. Like if we have used Java for tech stack for creating original application, then we have to use Java only for adding or creating new features into existing app. High downtime risk, like a failure in one part of the application can bring down the entire system, leading to outages. Longer release cycles. As the code base grows, testing and deployment take longer and delaying new features and bug fixes. So although it has numerous disadvantages, it is favorable in few circumstances wherein we can go for monolithic architecture, like for small to medium size applications when we have small team, and when you want simpler deployment and lower cost. If performance overhead from the API calls in microservices is a concern. This is about when we can go for monolithic architecture. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching this.